Hello everyone, welcome to Medivice. In this video, we will be talking about peristalsis and segmentation. This is the second part of the series of motility of GIT. So let's start. So quickly reviewing what we had learned in the previous video, we have two types of motilities, electrical motility and mechanical motility. Electrical motility is basal electrical rhythm, which we saw in the last video very nicely. In the mechanical motility, there can be two situations, fed state and fasting state. In the fed state, we have peristalsis and segmentation, which we are going to look at in this video. And in the next video, we will learn about migratory motor complex. So starting from the basics, we have two types of movements, propulsive movements and mixing movements. Propulsive, the name tells us, helps in the movement of food forwards, meaning from the mouth to the anus. This is due to peristalsis, and mixing movements do not help in the propulsion of food, but they help in mixing of the food. This is due to segmentation. So let's look at these one by one, starting with peristalsis. So the definition says that it is a series of wave-like muscle contractions which help in moving the food and liquid through the GIT. And we already know that it is peristalsis which helps in pushing the food or chyme in the forward direction. Now, does peristalsis happen by itself or there is some stimulus which causes it? So the stimulus here is stretching on the walls of the GIT. So whenever the chyme stretches the walls of the intestine senses this and wants to push the food forwards. Another thing that you should know is the law of gut. So what does the law of gut tell us? It simply says that the peristaltic waves move towards the anus, meaning in the forward direction. Peristalsis does not cause the food to move in the opposite direction or towards the mouth. It is very simple. Now let us see peristalsis in an animation. So let's say here you have the chyme. I know chyme doesn't look as beautiful as this, but let's imagine it is. So what happens is that in the proximal part of the GIT or the part before the chyme, contraction takes place. And in the part of the GIT after the chyme, relaxation takes place. And if this happens, there is going to be movement of the chyme in such a fashion. So what happened here? We had a formation of a contractile ring. This contractile ring moves forwards. At the same time, the part of the intestine which is in front of the chyme relaxes. Technically, it is called as receptive relaxation. This formation of contractile ring and contraction is due to acetylcholine substance P, while the relaxation is due to VIP or vasointestinal peptide and nitric oxide. So quickly just summarizing, there is contraction of the proximal part and at the same time relaxation of the distal part. A combination of both of these causes the food to move in the forward direction. Next, let us look at segmentation. So we know that this is a movement which helps in the mixing of food and is not helpful in moving the food forwards. So what happens here exactly? Let's see. So imagine here we have chyme. So notice what happens here. You can see that the part which was dilated before gets contracted. And you can also see that the part which was contracted before gets dilated. So what exactly happened here? The chyme actually split in two parts. And this does not happen only once, it happens again and again. And by doing so, the chyme actually mixes a lot of times. So it is getting chopped up, it is getting mixed with the GI secretions. But as you can see, there is no net movement of the chyme. It almost stays in the same place. Quickly summarizing it, the food bolus here moves like a pendulum, meaning to and fro motion is seen. But no net movement of the food is seen. But then what are we achieving by doing this? By the segmentation, the chyme is actually getting crushed and is getting properly mixed with the GI secretions, which is very important. And another small point, these constrictions last only about 5 to 30 seconds. Now just to see that we understood everything perfectly, let us look at two MCQs. Which of the following about peristalsis is incorrect? So you can pause the video and go through the options and try to answer this yourself first. Let us look at the options one by one. Receptive relaxation is seen. This is correct. This helps in the propulsion of the food. moves food in the aboral direction. Aboral means away from the mouth or towards the anus. So this is also correct. But imagine if such a question came to you in the exam and you don't know the meaning of aboral. Let's see if you will still be able to answer this question. Next option is wave-like muscle contractions that move food through the digestive tract. Yes, this is the perfect definition of peristalsis. Localized contractions that mix and churn the chyme. No, this is absolutely wrong. This is the function of segmentation. So you see, even though you didn't know the meaning of aboral, you were still able to answer this question. So make sure to eliminate every option before answering. Next question, segmentation in the small intestine primarily serves to, and again let us look at the options one by one. Propel the chyme through the digestive tract. No, this is the function of peristalsis. Mix and break down the contents of the small intestine. Yes, this is correct. Absorb water and electrolytes. No. Clear the GIT of residual food and secretions. No, this is also incorrect. This is a function of migratory motor complex or MMC, which we will be looking at in the next video. So here the correct option is option B. That's it for this video. If you have any doubts, feel free to message me on Instagram or leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. Thank you.